So much press about interest rates, mortgage stress, can people afford it, can't they afford it, is the market running hot, is it running cold, is the bubble about to burst? We've covered all of these angles, but we're about to really get down into the trenches and find out where the real action is. The most sensitive part of the real estate transaction is the funding of the property. Now, to that end, we've got a national guru and a great friend of mine and a person with a lot of history, Mrs. Wendy Higgins, and she's the owner-manager of Mortgage Choice down at Glenelg. Is that right, Wendy?
Yes, Anthony.
Now, forgetting your particular franchise, in a couple of sentences, explain what a mortgage broker is and why.
A mortgage broker is someone that you should put alongside your doctor, dentist, accountant, as someone who is there for the long haul for you, looking after all your financial transactions to do with residential property. We also do some commercial and leasing, but mainly to do with residential property, getting equity out for investment properties, debt consolidation. We do anything to do with just looking after your home loan with residential property. So we do all the work. It's got harder. We do more work these days for the banks. Mortgage Choice is great because we get paid the same, so we're not biased towards a particular lender, and we just do all the hard work. I mean, there's a lot of hard work that people don't realise we do, from getting the loan approved to negotiating better deals with the lender, because if you come to us, well, you know, it's open slather. We've got over 20 lenders on our panel, all vying for our business.
How many would have you had before the GFC?
We would have had, I think we were up to 28 or 29.
So it's back to 20?
Yeah, some of them are coming back. Macquarie has just come back into the market,
okay.
So a few of them come back, but some of them haven't.
Right. Now, just on the whole way the system works, someone walks in or rings you, well, if you're doing 50 a month, you've got a lot of phone calls happening, don't we, Wendy?
Yes.
So the person would ring you, they've heard about you or heard about a broker. Well, how does it work? Just step me through in 3 or 4 steps, what happens? Someone buys a property, or before they buy, when do they see?
We'd like to see people before they buy because we love to have pre-approved loans. It doesn't cost a client anything, but it just takes that uncertainty away. It does a credit check, it just checks everything and it gets it into the bank. Banks have tightened up a lot, so we can't sort of guarantee any loans like we used to anymore. We really need to get it into the lender. So we like to see people before they're ready, but often people don't do that. That's fine. We love to get a phone call where I've just bought a house and I really need some financial help. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic lead. The leads come into the office. I have admin people who take those leads, get information from the clients and make an appointment as quickly as possible. We've got 5 loan consultants, so we spread the leads out amongst the 5 according to the level of expertise that is required from the initial discussion with the client.
So Mortgage Choice centrally out of Sydney, they do the deals?
Yes.
And then, so they crunch the big deals with CommBank or
yes.
ANZ or whomever,
yes.
and then they send down electronically,
yes.
you know, in your software,
yeah.
what deals are best at the time?
Yes, well, not necessarily what deals. Well, the lenders actually feed all that information into Mortgage Choice, who then feed it on to us. So, for example, there's some good 3-year fixed rates out there at the moment. They come from the lender to us, so it's up to us to keep up to date with all of that, but our software has all of that on there. We can't remember, particularly with the interest rate changes of late, which bank has what standard variable rate, because they're all over the shop at the moment. You know, before GFC they were pretty well all the same, but they're all different now. So that's another reason why people really need to see a broker now more than ever, because there's just so much confusion out there, so much difference in which lender will do what.